Time once again for Maruti Suzuki presents Ask Cricket for Top 5. Sanjay Manjrekar this time with me, and I think you and I are going to have some fun with some numbers, as a lot of our fans on ESPN Cricket for, especially the ones that like to use Ask Cricket for, tend to. Sanjay, all set?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the theme of the week has seen a lot of runs at the death, especially courtesy CSK and Shivam Dube, Robin Uthappa, a number of other games too. So, question number one on our search trends. The most runs scored in the last 10 overs of an IPL match ever by a team, right? Your options 185 to 190, 170 to 175, or 176 to 180.
That you've got a ridiculous option like 180 to 190. I'm going to go for that.
Okay, the fact is even the minimum is 170 plus. So we have seen IPL matches with 170 plus. Let's ask Cricket for.
Wow.
So might surprise you, might not. We look at 172 as the answer. It's not as high as the options I gave, but we're looking at RCB against the Gujarat Lions. If you go all the way back to 2016, the game that AB de Villiers and Virat Kohli both got 100. So that's the answer, that's the record. And the reason I'm sure this was trending in this past week is because CSK put on 156 against RCB, courtesy Shivam Dube and Robin Uthappa.
Yep.
All right, let's go to our next question. Obviously, you would have asked Cricket for this in this past week. I want to ask Sanjay Manjrekar, how many batters have been retired out or dismissed retired out in all T20s? We know Ashwin was the first in the
All
IPL.
T20s,
Yes.
not just the IPL.
So your options are 1, 3 or 4.
3.
Okay, let's ask Cricket for. It'll surprise you that the answer is 4. Ashwin became the 4th player. You have Shahid Afridi. It's happened to him once when on 42. There are a couple of
Shahid
other
Afridi,
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
His reaction must have been something to record and
I am
for the ages.
as surprised as you are. This was a game in 2010, which we have to go to. It was Pakistan against Northampton, a tour game. And you had Shahid Afridi was batting on 42 of 14 balls and was retired out. Yeah, I mean, it's a tour game, so not strategic. But anyway, it's a nice little bit of trivia for you. And
Top
that
searches.
number may go up.
Top searches.
Absolutely. And that number may go up by the end of the IPL.
Yeah.
So keep count now of how that evolves. Let's go to our next question. This was what was asked to Cricket Info, and I'm going to ask Sanjay Manjrekar. It's a great question. What is Kieron Pollard's batting average against Wanindu Hasaranga in T20s? Your options, less than 5, between 6 and 10, or 11 and 15.
Must be a very small sample size, right?
Yes.
So less than 5.
Okay, you're going to say less than 5. Let's see how Hasaranga has done against Pollard. We know one thing. Pollard does not enjoy facing the Sri Lankan spinner. And the answer is actually 6.33. So we're looking at an average of between 5 and 10 in 6 innings, mind you. We have seen Wanindu Hasaranga dismiss him 3 times, and the average is 6.33. So
Rashid Khan, Wanindu Hasaranga, similar bowlers, so no wonder they trouble him.
Now, speaking of poor records against spin, let's not only put the spotlight on that unfortunate stat on Kieron Pollard. Let's extend it, Sanjay. Question 4. The lowest batting average against spin in the IPL since 2020. So the last couple of years, which batters had the lowest batting average against spin? We have a qualification of at least 100 balls faced. There's Robin Uthappa, Dinesh Karthik and MS Dhoni. Who do you think is the lowest average against
MS.
spin? All right, let's have a look. Now, I'm also quite inclined to say MS if it's strike rate, but let's see if the average is just as poor. We've asked Cricket Info, and the answer is Robin Uthappa.
Oh,
Who
no
likes
wonder
pace.
he was there. Because of his recent exploits, what he's done, we tend to think, he's always been a dasher and Dhoni is slightly off the ball. So all those
He
things come
certainly
into play,
enjoyed
yeah.
pace on the ball, and that's the pace on the ball, pace on the bat. 3-1. He certainly enjoyed playing pace, but against spin, Uthappa averaging just under 15, Karthik averaging just over 15, and MS Dhoni averaging 18.
So actually he's been the best, and I thought he was the worst.
And finally, we're really sticking with our low batting averages in this segment. I want to ask you, Sanjay, the lowest batting average in IPL 22 with a minimum of 4 innings. Riyan Parag, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Rovman Powell.
I'm feeling very low with this, these searches, the questions that are coming up. It must be a real tough one. I don't want to say Riyan Parag because that seems like the very obvious thing to do. So let me go with Rovman Powell.
Just ask Cricket Info, and there you see it. Rovman Powell, after that first bowler that he got against RCB, has seen his average plummet to 6.20. Ruturaj Gaikwad at 7. Riyan Parag at 10.75. Right. These were some of our top trends from this week. Sanjay, enjoyed that? Some?
Yes. Feeling a little low because it was all about low averages and low whatever, but nice.
Yeah. We also balanced it out with that big 170 plus sort of question of the last 10 overs. Big thank you to Sanjay Manjrekar. More then next week as we keep looking at the trends that are being asked to Cricinfo. Do join us again for Maruti Suzuki Presents Ask Cricinfo Top 5.